Welcome to Lagniappe, a KEDM feature about area events, people, and issues. I'm Jay Curtis. Two guests in the studio with me today. Dr. Whitney Sivils-Sawyer is the co-chair for the Walk to End Alzheimer's, and Renee Calloway is the Walk manager. Welcome to you both, and thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Well, let's start with you, Whitney. We're talking about the Walk, which is actually in September. How come you guys are on the air in the month of June?
Okay, so yes, the walk will be September 20th, but we are looking to start raising funds now. It is a year-long event, and September is just the culmination of all our hard work throughout the year. So it's when we celebrate all our achievements and helping to find a cure in Alzheimer's.
So Renee, tell me a little bit about the history of the walk, because this has been going on for many, many years and raised really a lot of money for this kind of research.
Absolutely. So the walk has actually been in this area for more than 20 years, and we have been working hard in all that time, and it really pressing now because we're seeing breakthroughs in science, working towards that cure. So we've been working hard getting our volunteers together, and we're very hopeful and really, really looking forward to the day that we can say that there is a cure.
So there are people listening or watching today who say, yes, absolutely, tell me how to get involved. So let's go there first. Whitney, how do you get involved with the walk?
Okay, so there are multiple ways to get involved. If you'd like to come out and walk with us, you can go to alz.org/walk and search for our West Monroe Walk to End Alzheimer's. And from there, you can sign up your team, and then you can sign up walkers on your team. So you can participate in that way. We're also looking for volunteers for the day of the walk, so you can sign up to volunteer on the website too.
So we're looking at downtown Monroe RiverMarket too. So it's I don't know, is that a new location, or if I've heard of the walk being in multiple different places, but.
Yeah, so last year we had it down at the downtown RiverMarket, and it was such a success, and people loved the layout that we were having it there again this year.
Tremendous. Well, Renee, let's talk a little bit about where the money raised goes and how the walk works, I guess, because it's less on sponsorship and more on the individual walkers who are coming up with some really creative ways to raise money.
Yeah, absolutely. So our structure is we depend more on our participant fundraising than we do our sponsorship. So this is a true grassroots effort, trying to get those monies for research, care, support, and advocacy. And people are being really creative. We have a fantastic volunteer who just graduated from Tech. She was a Sigma Kappa, and she bakes cookies. And she has raised more than $7,000 so far this year baking cookies. So we love just the different creative potential to get that, help us meet our goal.
So the most common method is really kind of like a pledge, is you get people to pledge a certain amount based on the time that you walk. Is that pretty much how it works, Whitney?
No. So you can start a fundraiser. When you sign up to walk, it creates your fundraiser page, and you can share that on your social media. And so there is no minimum to walk. Basically just raise as much as you can. There is no pledge per mile or per minute. It is just basically going to the people you love and asking them to support you in something you believe in.
Well, let's talk about where the money goes and how that impacts really the research it takes. Renee, tell me a little bit about how does the money raised in Monroe go to help Alzheimer's research?
So, look, I love that question. I really do. It's one of those things that we want to know when we give our money to a nonprofit that it's going to the mission, right? So 74% of all monies raised goes to research, care support, and advocacy. So it's going directly to the mission. Approximately 13 or 14% is reinvested into the walk. 4% goes to administrative cost.
That's
So
remarkable.
It really is. It really is. So being able to actually impact that research that we're looking for, right? So the monies aren't going into a black hole. It's actually going towards research. We're also reinvesting in our community by doing awareness and education programs. So because we want those monies to also impact our community right here.
Well, let's talk about that impact, because over the 20 years that the walk's been here in Monroe, let's talk about the advances in just the last 20 years. Can you give us kind of an update?
Oh my goodness. Well, look, just the past couple of years, there's been two different medications that have been approved by the FDA that has shown slowing the progression of the disease. So people are keeping their loved ones longer. And then even earlier this year, just a couple of months ago, we have the blood test that was approved by the FDA that will help find those biomarkers early will help with early diagnosis. So finding any issues early helps being able to get into the medications that help slow the progression. So these are huge strides, and we're so excited about what we're seeing today. Where people have invested over so many years, and the monies are actually being realized, right? So,
and I love I heard someone say one time the concept of until there's a cure, what are the things we can do to detect it early and treat it early? Because those are the two really biggest things that can help, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those things. There's such a stigma surrounding Alzheimer's and dementia. We don't want to talk about it. It's a scary disease. It really is. But if we can break that stigma and start talking about Alzheimer's and dementia and getting the detection early, again, keeping our loved ones longer with the medications that are available is paramount.
So the Walk to End Alzheimer's here in Monroe, September 20th. Whitney Sivils-Sawyer, tell me, the time to get involved is now, right? Rather than, it's not a day of event. It's a, hey, let's get involved right now. Tell people, how do you do that?
Okay. We would love for you to log on to the website, alz.org/walk. And then you'll look up the West Monroe Walk to End Alzheimer's. And from there, you can sign up your team and then sign up members on your team to start fundraising now, because it's all about that effort throughout the year. And like I said, the day of the walk is just our celebration of that effort. So we want you to get involved now. It is paramount that we all get together as a community and support something that really will make a difference.
Well, let's talk about, so when somebody walks away from the end of the day at the walk on September 20th, what are they going to feel?
Sense of joy and excitement that you can get together as a community and actually make a difference. And it is a day of celebration, celebrating each other and celebrating those we have lost to the disease.
One more time, how do you get involved, the website, and how to start fundraising?
alz.org/walk. And look up the West Monroe Walk to End Alzheimer's and start fundraising for us now.
I'm Jay Curtis. That's Dr. Whitney Sivils-Sawyer. She's the Walk co-chair for the 2025 Walk to End Alzheimer's. Renee, Calloway, also my guest. She's the Walk manager and the event on September 20th. Find out more at KEDM.org on this and other Lagniappe interviews. Like and subscribe to the KEDM YouTube channel and find the Lagniappe podcast on all major podcast platforms.